elders, Premier Notley, Mayor Scott, President Patra, President Scoville, members and guests. What a great day on Métis land. We're going to have one of the best Métis fests that we've had, continued to have for the last 14 years. So welcome to the 14th annual Métis Fest. We would like to begin by asking Elder Anne McKelko to come up and deliver a prayer.
Heavenly Father, our Creator, I am grateful for your goodness and love. You are the giver of all good things. I praise and thank you for the many blessings we have received. It's always a pleasure when we gather with family and friends. I lift this Métis Fest for your blessing. I also ask for blessings for our land, our families, and all the events and activities that will happen throughout this day. I also ask a special blessing for all the people who have worked so hard to make this Métis Fest happen. I pray everyone will enjoy this day. I ask this through our Heavenly Father. Amen.
Hi. Good job, Anne.
Thank you, Anne. And now I would like to introduce our friends on the stage. Of course, Premier Notley, Mayor Don Scott, and a councillor that's very dear to 1935, Jane Stroud. Also, our provincial president for the Métis Nation of Alberta, Audrey Patra. We also have the Métis Nation of Alberta President, Region 1, Diane Scoville. Also, McMurray Métis Board of Directors, President Gail Gallup, Vice President Peter Hansen, Secretary Trudy Ann Plamondon, Treasurer Cindy Punko, and board members Harvey Sykes, Len Hansen, and Kelly Myers. We'd also like to welcome our chiefs that have made it today. There's Archie Walkwin, Chief Vern Janvier, and also Chief Alan Adams. We also have presidents from the Métis locals in the crowd. I did see Ronnie Quintel was here earlier. Raul Montgrand. Stella Kreutzer. Is there any I've missed out? If I have, I'm sorry, but we're going to move on. Without any we also got an elder from Fort Chip. Jumbo Fraser. Without any further ado, I would like to invite our president, Gail Gallup, to deliver greetings.
Hi, everybody. Welcome, Tansy. It's just wonderful to see you children out here. You're going to hear a little bit of music from our Métis background, our culture, lots of food, and also for the other people, our elders, our dear elders here in the front, long-time people and members of our Métis local. Without our membership, which is now in the 400s, we would not have this occasion. So we're very grateful to our membership for staying with us through times of fire, no flood, but we're back here, and we're happy to say, of course, well, thanks to our Premier Rachel Notley, this land that you are now sitting on will soon be a title in our name, and we're very grateful for the hard work of Jensen and So you know who our 400 members will be getting out to vote for, right? I say that not actually jokingly, because we're going to need all the support we can get from our federal government to help us go forward along with our other Métis locals and the chiefs here. We're very excited because of the Trans Mountain buy-in, and that's exciting. And we will be building a cultural center here down the road, so just so excited. So elders, Premier Notley, Mayor Scott, President Patra, President Scoville, Councillor Jane, and all the many other people and our students and friends, welcome. Last Friday, well over 100 of you joined us, just a few feet away for that historic event. Infrastructure Minister Jansen announced the sale of the land that we've been leasing from the government of Alberta for the past 31 years, and it's finally coming to us. We have been saving for this, so we're not going to go in debt. You'll be happy to know. A lot of Métis have a lot of Scottish in them, so we're very squirrely. No. My mom used to joke, she said, I get my thriftiness from being a Scottish background, I get my sexiness from being French, and I get my smarts from being native. Proud woman, yes. The decision to sell us our land didn't come lightly, of course, by the Cabinet of Government of Alberta. It's something we had requested and couldn't achieve over 7 other premiers or cabinet ministers. So once again, the NDP did come forward for us. We are extremely proud and honored to have with us here today the Premier who delivered the land. So Premier Notley, please come forward as we want to make you an honorary member of the McMurray Métis by presenting you with a sash. It's here somewhere. Here we go. And we don't have a pin for you, but we take it. Oh, you do have a pin? Okay, Cindy, help.
Okay, that's even better.
Put that on.
Okay.
Get your mouth close to that microphone.
Okay. Yeah, sorry if you guys couldn't hear me. As we give this to Premier Notley, she becomes an honorary associate member of our modest Métis locals here in the northeastern region, and just very happy.
What an honor.
Yeah. Thank you, Rachel. As we gather here in the oil sands region, we must highlight the positive announcement from Ottawa earlier this week regarding the Trans Mountain pipeline that will get our oil sands product to markets in a timely, cost-efficient, and hopefully more money for our oil. Hundreds and hundreds of Métis women and men, many of them here today, work on the sites preparing bitumen to be refined into oil products for everyday use by Canadians. Premier Notley, the residents of Fort McMurray know that you support and defend us 100%, and we appreciate your leadership. This is our 14th annual Métis Festival. This year is the biggest event that we've had since the loss of our building and destruction of our grounds by the Horse River wildfire, some known as the Beast now. An event like Métis Fest is only possible due to a large network of volunteers, supporters, and members, and our staff. I would like to personally thank everyone for their dedication and hard work in the days leading up to today. Especially, I'd like just a little shout out to Kelly Myers, a very good strategic planner, and it's proven to pay off. Corey Hobbs, wonderful event coordinator also, and of course all of our workers on site. Finally, I would like to say a very warm welcome to the grades. I believe it's 4, 5, 6, but so good to see you guys here. I've learned from your teachers, many of them Métis, that in grade 4 is about when you begin to learn about the different Indigenous peoples in Canada, the First Nations, Inuit, and Métis. The Inuit have led the way with land claim agreements. Our First Nations cousins have achieved great joint ventures, and at times the Métis have been left behind. But if you look at the McMurray Métis activities over the past 5 months, 2 major cooperation agreements, our own land deal, and new joint business ventures, there's no doubt in my mind that the Métis time is now, and 2018 really is the year of the McMurray Métis. Thank you again. Hi, hi. God bless you all.
Thank you, Gail. It gives me great pleasure to invite the Premier of Alberta, Rachel Notley, to the podium.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you, Bill. And good morning to everyone. What an amazing crowd here this morning. It is just such an honor and a pleasure for me to be here with you to attend the McMurray Métis Festival. I'd of course like to start by acknowledging that we are on Treaty 8 traditional territory, and of course we are also on the land of the Métis now, and that's very exciting. And I want to as well acknowledge the Métis across this province, who we know share a very, very deep connection with this land. And those are far more than just words, my friends. This is your land. You bought the 9 acres from us very recently, as Gail was just talking about. Land that we know you've been leasing from the province for decades. And at long last, it is in your hands. And I want to say to you, on behalf of the province of Alberta, congratulations. Now you can design and build facilities to meet your needs. The cultural center you create will be your anchor. It will be a new beginning for all of you as you continue to recover from the wildfires. It will keep your kids strong in their heritage, and it will ensure the survival of the history that shaped you, as well as the traditions that helped and help you all to endure. So Gail, I'm deeply grateful as well for this sash and the honorary membership. I feel tremendously, tremendously honored. It's very exciting. You've likely heard me talk a little bit over the past few years about how our focus is on trying to make life better for everyone. And that's frankly the whole reason that I got into politics. And so I will always treasure gifts like this one that show that we really are being able to make a difference. Because from day one, that's been our goal. And that's why we've been fighting so hard for you and for everyone in Fort McMurray. Now, as Gail's already mentioned, I think it's probably fair to say that many of you have been following the pipeline fight and the issues around that fairly closely, probably even more so than I have been. But as you know now, getting this project done, that victory, it's closer than ever. The deal that we were able to take part in announcing this week puts people back to work on the pipeline right away. Albertans are now on the path to getting that final full value for our resources, unlocking the investment in the oil sands, and triggering the kind of economic growth that will provide good, long-term jobs for people all across this province and, of course, right here in this community. From the beginning, our government has been saying that good jobs for working people and action must go hand in hand with meaningful action on climate change and overall stewardship of our environment, because this is our land. And we have spread that message across Canada. I've talked to business groups, I have talked to worker groups, I have talked to environmentalists, I have talked to investors all across Canada, from coast to coast to coast, about why it is that our country needs new pipelines, and in particular the Trans Mountain pipeline that we've been talking about today. And we've talked about how that particular pipeline is unlike any pipeline before it, because it is backed by our climate leadership plan. In doing that, we've been winning hearts and minds, moving public opinion from coast to coast to coast. And that's something that we're very proud of, because we're not jamming this through. We're bringing people on side. We're talking about why it matters. We're talking about the facts, and we're getting people to come together. That's the Canadian way of doing things, and that's what we've been committed to doing from the very start. You know, when the BC government then decided it was going to stand in the way a little bit more than we thought they should have, we had to get people's attention. And starting right here in Fort McMurray, one of your amazing residents came up with the idea of a little wine ban, which made some of us a little sad. But nonetheless, it was exactly the right thing to do. And so we took her lead and we got their attention. And then we moved forward and we passed the bill and we started talking about, well, geez, if you don't want our resources, I guess you don't need to have our resources. And we talked about turning off the taps. And well, that kind of got their attention too. And then we went to the courts and we've won 16 out of 16 court cases. That's been getting their attention. And then on April 8th, when Kinder Morgan announced that they were setting a deadline, our government responded then too. And we said, we will do whatever it takes to meet that deadline. We will do whatever it takes to give certainty, and we will get that pipeline done. And this week, we were able to say, we have met the deadline, we have gotten certainty, and we are going to get the pipeline built. So my friends, I'm going to wrap it up because I know you guys want to get on with the job of celebrating Métis Days, but I just want to say that our province has an incredible future ahead of it. A future that includes good jobs and great opportunities for the Métis people. And a future that also understands the mistakes of the past. And I want you to know that that is just as important. True success does not ignore failure. It must learn from it. And that is one of the reasons why last Monday, on behalf of the Alberta government, I apologized for the 60s scoop. Now we know that apology doesn't fix everything, but it's the first step in the true path to reconciliation. We also know that growth doesn't fix everything. And we know that the ugly parts of our shared history can't be swept under the rug in the rush for prosperity. Wounds need to heal, and trauma has to be faced. So we know that what happened with the 60s scoop should never have been allowed to happen. And we know that progress moving forward must be founded on true reconciliation and a new, respectful partnership between Indigenous people in this province and their government. So we will do better together. That is my commitment to all of you. And I look forward to keeping it. Together, we will face our future with hope and with optimism. We will build economic prosperity, we will build community strength, and we will do so with the renewed appreciation and honoring of our shared history. That's ultimately as well what this festival is all about. So I want to thank you again for inviting me to be part of it. I want to thank the elder for her prayer. I want to thank the leadership who are here. I want to thank all the board members and all the volunteers who've worked so hard for putting this together. I want to thank all of you for attending. I want to thank all the kids for sitting so patiently because you guys have been great. And I hope all of you have an amazing, fun time for the rest of today and celebrate everything that you have to celebrate. Hi, hi.
That was a great speech. There is another lady that I would like to introduce. She doesn't need any introduction, but she's another one that's done great strides for our people. And with that, I would like to ask President Audrey Patra to the podium.
Thanks, Bill. Good morning, veterans, elders, Premier Notley, Mayor Don Scott, McMurray Local President Gail Gallup, Region 1 President Diane Scoville, all other Indigenous leaders here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I want to today do thank yous because I think it's important to thank people that just go out there and do things. I want to start by saying a great big thank you to McMurray Local President Gail Gallup, your board, your staff, and your volunteers for all your work over many years holding events like today. Thank you very much. I also want to thank the local for all the work with your complete community after the fire. We all know that was not an easy chore, but look at where we are today, how we've come, and you've got us here today. So thank you very much for that. I also want to say thank you for your years of work to get to the place of securing this land. For many, many years, Local 1935 had sat and had meetings. I know with me, I know with governments, I know with other community organizations and people pushing to do exactly what they've been able to do today. So thank you very much for that. And I want to say thank you for days like today, where we ensure all children have the opportunity to come out, to share, to enjoy our proud, rich culture. And I'm hoping that all of you will go back and talk to your other classmates about the history of the Métis that you learn here today and about the fun you had. And next year, I'm sure there will be more. So thank you all very much, boys and girls, for being here. Thank you. And, oops, am I losing it? I need to hold it? Okay. And Premier Notley, I want to say all of this is why the Métis Nation, including McMurray Métis, fight so hard to protect our culture, our lands, and the recognition of our rights as one of the Indigenous people. So I know we are now on track. We have a 10-year framework agreement with the province of Alberta, signed by Premier Notley. We have an agreement with the government of Canada, signed by Prime Minister Trudeau. And it is all about recognition of who we are as Métis people. It's about nation to nation, government to government. And I look forward in the next while of seeing a lot more successes. So thank you all, and to all of you here, enjoy the day, and I'm hoping to see a lot more of all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Audrey. Up next, all the way from Lac La Biche, our friend and president of Region 1, Diane Scoville.
Thank you, Bill. I just have to correct Bill. I'm not from Lac La Biche. I am from Plamondon. First, I'd like to acknowledge that we are on treaty territory. Good morning, elders, Premier, President Poitras, Mayor Scott, friends, and family of the Métis. This is an emotional moment. I know last year when I was here, I couldn't hardly speak because of what I seen. It is actually mind-blowing to think that just 2 years ago, where the stage is located was nothing but ash and rubble from the destruction of the wildfires from the Horse River. But look how far we have come. Look at us today. Look at the Métis. Look at the Métis local. We're very, very proud of you. This gathering location was always felt like Métis land. But after last week's land purchase announcement, it feels even better being here today with all my Métis family and friends. Our proud Métis culture and heritage is on full display today. I would like to offer my sincere congratulations to the whole Métis Local Board 1935 and the Board of Directors and whole staff for hosting a very, very successful Métis Festival 2018. Very, very proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. Today, we'll be selling... Did I miss someone here? I actually missed someone. Right now, I would like to invite my good friend and Mayor of Fort McMurray, Mayor Don Scott.
Hi, everyone. I'd like to begin by acknowledging, as we do at every council meeting, I'm going to raise that a bit. Yeah, I'll take it right there. There we go. I always acknowledge at each council meeting that we are on treaty territory and on the land of the Métis. And Premier, I just want to thank you in particular for all your work in making sure that the land of the Métis is truly the land of the Métis in this area. Your recent announcement through Minister Jansen, which just happened a few weeks ago, was incredibly important to the people of this region, and we are all celebrating that victory. So thank you so very much for your efforts. I want to acknowledge all the young people that are here today. Celebrating the history and traditions of the Métis is something that's incredibly important. So I hope that you're all having a good time and learning a lot today. Among you today, this is a very important day for me. My daughter is among you. She's learning a lot today, and she's always telling me what great things she learns at these kind of trips. So I hope you're all having a great time. To all the Indigenous leaders and all the Métis leaders, thank you for working together with the provincial government and the federal government and the municipal government. We want to see your issues make traction, and I believe they are making traction. We're seeing a lot of progress. So I hope that you will continue working together and advancing all the issues that need to be resolved. And there is many, and I recognize that. I want to continue being a partner in that movement forward. And I am joined today by a couple of my councillors who are also moving those issues forward. I've got Councillor Bruce Inglis somewhere among everybody. If you could wave, Bruce, I know you're out there somewhere. He's from Fort Chipewyan and represents the Fort Chipewyan area. And I've also got, of course, Councillor Jane Stroud, who everybody knows very well. But we have a council who's very dedicated to making sure that the issues of the Métis are addressed and that we move the bar forward, and we're very committed to doing that. Premier, I want to thank you again for coming to this region. This is the second time that the Premier's been here in a very short time, and each time she comes here, there's very important announcements. And I think it's fair to say that there's been a significant move forward with the pipeline this week, and I think it's something that's very important to the people of this region, all people of this region, and we are very proud to have you back, and we hope you'll keep returning to this region as often as you can. So I hope everyone has a great time learning today. Please enjoy yourselves. Happy Métis Fest, everyone.
Thank you, Don. Okay, today we're selling 50-50 tickets, which will be going to the Girls Inc. I'm also pleased to say that later this fall we'll be donating our $1 millionth to a Métis student. Please get out there and continue to support our students. The draw will be at 3 p.m. and Harvey says he's going to win. To end the formal ceremonies, please rise and join Kelsey and Carly Boostrom in singing the Métis National Anthem. I would also like to make a few remarks about all our industry sponsors that are out there. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for volunteering. And like Don Scott, I got a daughter that's out there too. Thank you.
On the river and across the western plain, as the white man journeyed westward to the land of the Indian, a new race was created, a new nation rose up strong. Hardship as its destiny and its curse to not belong. In a land from which they came, in a land they helped to build, they found themselves the alien, found their vision unfulfilled. And despite their valiant efforts to defend what they believed, when at last the battle ended, they were only left to read. We are proud to be Métis, watch our nation rise again. Never more forgotten people, we're the true Canadians. From across the plain they traveled from Red River to the Peace, looking for their own homeland that would help them to replace all the land that had been taken and the dreams that had been doused. Their brave heroes now called traitors, and courageous deeds now past. But their spirit was not broken, and the dreams that never die. Their determination strengthened, even while the people cried. As they waited for the battle that would end their years of pain, and the final bloodless battle when the nation rose again. We are proud to be Métis, watch our nation rise again. Never more forgotten people, we're the true Canadian. We are proud to be Métis, watch our nation rise again. Never more forgotten people, we're the true Canadian. Thank you.
Great job, girls. So everybody, have a great day and enjoy Métis Fest 2018.
I was a highwayman along the coach roads I didn't ride. A sword and pistol by my side. Many a young man lost their baubles to my trade. Many a soldier shed his lifeblood on my blade. Them cowboys hung me in the spring of 25, but I am still alive.
I was a sailor, I was born upon the tide. With the sea I did abide. I sailed a schooner around the Horn of Mexico. I went aloft and furled the mainsail in a blow. And when the odds woke up they said that I got killed, but I am living still.
I was a dam builder across the river deep and wide, where steel and water did collide. A place called Boulder on the wild Colorado. I slipped and fell into the wet concrete below. They buried me in that great tomb that knows no sound, but I am still around.
I'll always be around and around and around and around. I fly a starship across the universe divide, and when I reach the other side, I'll find a place to rest my spirit if I can. Perhaps I may become a highwayman again, or I may simply be a single drop of rain, but I will remain. I'll be back again and again and again and again.
Well, folks, a couple of years ago, we lost one of the best country singers of all time. He was a true legend in the business, the possum, Mr. George Jones. This one's going out to Lenny Hansen. Well, George Jones is one of my favorites, and now he's pretty much one of everybody's favorites. This one's an oldie but a goodie, Tennessee Whiskey. Hope you like it. nothing like your love to get me high. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. And I stay strong on your love all the time. Yes, I stay strong on your love all the time. Thank you.
This one's going out to Joe Hamlin and Diane. Well, I hear the train coming, it's coming round the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when, but I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. The time keeps dragging on, but that train keeps rolling on down to San Antonio. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be good, boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. Well, I bet there's rich folks eating in that fancy dining car. They're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. But I know I had it coming. I know I can't be free. But those rich folks keep moving, and that's what tortures me. Well, if they free me from this prison, if that railroad train was mine, I bet I'd move it on a little farther down the line, far from Folsom Prison. That's where I want to stay. And I'd let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away. Thank you.
Well, I was born to run and cry, living always on my mind. And home was never home to me at any time. Every front door had me hoping well, I'd find the back door open. There just had to be an exit for the running kind. Within me there's a prison surrounding me alone, as real as any dungeon with these walls of stone. Running's been my nature, hasn't been my answer. There's a part of me that keeps me moving on. 'Cause I was born a running kind, living always on my mind. And home was never home to me at any time. Every front door had me hoping I'd find the back door open. Yes, it had to be an exit for the running kind. All right, boy, Dylan. Prison surrounding me alone, as real as any dungeon with these walls of stone. Running's been my nature, hasn't been my answer. There's a part of me that keeps me moving on. 'Cause I was born a running kind, living always on my mind. And home was never home to me at any time. Every front door had me hoping I'd find a back door open. Yes, it had to be an exit for the running kind. One more time. Cause I was born a running kind, living always on my mind. And home was never home to me at any time. Every front door had me hoping I'd find a back door open. There just had to be an exit for the running kind. Every front door had me hoping I'd find the back door open. There just had to be an exit for the running kind. Thank you so much.
Oh, all right. We're going to get Donnie Rondale here, do a little bit of One Woman Man for you.
Well, he told me that you love me, I feel so proud. Let me hold you, honey, I hold her out loud. Live alone another even if I can't call. Baby, baby, I'm a one-woman man. Oh, you like my baby, do you around? Oh, you love me, never let you down. Live alone another even if I can't call. Give me, baby, I'm a one-woman man. Well, I climbed the highest mountain, but treat the would jump up and fly. We would swim the ocean shore to shore to prove that I love you just a little bit more. Oh, good look, my baby, just a call to hang around. I always love you, honey, but I'll never let you down. I'll never love another, even if I can. Oh, come to me, baby, I'm a one-woman man. Let me hold you, honey, I'd holler at it loud. Never love another, even if I can. Oh, come to me, baby, I'm a one-woman man. Oh, to love my baby, just a car to hang around. I always love you, honey, I'll never let you down. Never love another, even if I can. Come to me, baby, I'm a one-woman man. Come to me, baby, I'm a one-woman man.
We got Mel here to do 1,000 miles for you.
Runway 4, flight 209. A teardrop falls, we start to climb. This window seat proved a poor choice. It shows a dream that's been destroyed. Little baby starts to cry. I would too if not for pride. Oh, so much pride, you know it's true. It's brought an end to me and you. And if I could, I'd turn around, set my feet back on the ground, and all this plane ride was for me. 1,000 miles of misery. Hear the engines watch the clouds. This whole damn world looks distant now, but I can't seem to put no space. My cold heart and your sweet face. Across the aisle they're holding hands, revealing a brand new wedding band. And our sweet love is gone to rust.
life is turned to dust. And if I could, I'd turn around, set my feet back on the ground. And all this plane ride holds for me 1,000 miles of misery. And all this plane ride holds for me 1,000 miles of misery. Whoa, all right, how about that? That's Mel Boostrom doing a little bit of 1,000 miles here for you. Right now, we're going to get my son Virgil to do a little song for you. One called Good Hearted Woman. Hey, everybody, let's get a big hand for the band here. A long time forgotten, our dreams that just fell by the way. And the good life he promised, it ain't what she's living today. But she never complains of the bad times or the bad things he's done, Lord. She just talks about the good times they've had and all the good times to come. She's a good-hearted woman in love with a good-timing man. She loves him in spite of his ways that she don't understand. Through teardrops and laughter, they'll pass through this world hand in hand. A good-hearted woman loving a good-timing man. He likes nightlife and bright lights and good time and friends. When the party's all over, she welcomes him back home again. Lord knows she don't understand him, but she does the best that she can. 'Cause she's a good-hearted woman, she loves her good-timing man. She's a good-hearted woman in love with a good-timing man. She loves him in spite of his wicked ways that she don't understand. Through teardrops and laughter, they'll pass through this world hand in hand. Oh. A good-hearted woman loving her good-timing man. All right, Donnie. He likes nightlife and bright lights and good time and friends. When the party's all over, she welcomes him back home again. Lord knows she don't understand him, but she does the best that she can. 'Cause she's a good-hearted woman, she loves her good-timing man. She's a good-hearted woman in love with a good-timing man. She loves him in spite of my wicked ways she don't understand. Through teardrops and laughter, they'll pass to this world hand in hand. Oh. A good-hearted woman loving her good timing man. She's a good-hearted woman, she loves her good timing man. Heartache by number. Heartache number one was when you left me. I never thought I'd ever hurt this way. Heartache number two was when you came back again. You came back but never meant to stay. Now I've got heartache by the number, trouble by the score. Every day you love me less, each day I love you more. Yes, I've got heartache by the number, a love that I can win. With the day that I stop counting, that's the day my world will end. Hey! Heartache number three was when you called me. You said you were coming back to stay. With hopeful hearts I waited for you, knock on the door. I waited but you must have lost your way. Now I've got heartache by the number, trouble by the score.